you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is your review for Married to Medicine. We are wrapping this on up. Season's over. I'm glad we only got 2 parts for this reunion. It honestly could have just been a 1-parter. We could have had time with the ladies, and then y'all could have brought these men folk out, and then we really could have wrapped this right on up, nice little bow, and been done. But here we are. So Simone, of course, we were left on that cliffhanger with her saying that she can't move forward. It appeared like she was talking about Jackie, but she's talking about Dr. Heavenly. Of course, she can't move forward. And when it comes to Dr. Jackie, she can't move forward with her until she just publicly admits, hey, I didn't see what Heavenly said happen. I didn't see that. I didn't see Simone push Heavenly. It didn't go down like that. Simone is not a threat to Heavenly. That's what she wanted Dr. Jackie to say. And so Dr. Jackie gives her that. They hug, whatever. Exchange the I love yous, cool. And also nobody else on the cast agrees that that Heavenly was pushed by Simone. It just didn't happen that way. Contessa also brings up the fact that Heavenly plays Karen very well. She stirs it up with people, gets them to a breaking point, and then wants to run and hide or call security or anything like that. And Dr. Heavenly's like, no, I called security for you because I'm scared of you. And anybody else, she says she can she'll beat the brakes off of Simone, but she ain't worried about, she is worried about Contessa getting her hands on her. In the back, the men are talking. Curtis is addressing Eugene about Toya perpetuating, I wouldn't say it's a lie. It's not a lie. So she's adding a little salt to it. When she was asked on Watch What Happens Live about Curtis and him putting his hands on folks, she said, I think that Curtis has had his hands on a few women on the cast. And Curtis doesn't appreciate that because to his recollection, it's only been Toya and Dr. Heavenly. So don't make it seem like he's just out here being handsy. Don't turn him into no Michael Darby. He said, don't paint that picture for me. And I can appreciate that because Toya, it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. Speak for yourself, okay? Only talk about your experience. Don't try to make it seem like that man is out here groping other women on the cast. That's not what he's doing. Then you want to later on, when y'all are discussing this in the green room while the men are up on the stage, you want to say, well, he has Jackie. It's been me, Heavenly, and that other woman, huh? And you really thought that was funny. You really thought that was real clever for you to bring up that mistress as, one of the women he's had his hands on. Why are you doing that? See, that's what we be talking about. Then if somebody doesn't appreciate that and they sort of lash out, now you're a victim. Now all the women are just attacking Toya. They really get nowhere with that conversation because honestly, Curtis, you did pull that woman into your lap and that was inappropriate. So we can't forget that. Of course, we get into the package of the women at work, all the doctors at work, I should say. It's always refreshing to see that. That is that brings everything back around full circle. When I find myself annoyed by this show, it's just like, well, they do good work. They're great. This is great for the community. I can't be mad. Andy gets into a even more serious conversation. We talk about DEI and how this administration has affected, everyone. And so we dive into how it's affected doctors of color and the ramifications of that man being our president and nurses not being considered a medical profession It's just gonna be a trickling down. It's gonna be a snowball type of effect, with these people being with the administration that we have now. I do appreciate Andy tapping into this conversation. It's a conversation that needs to be had, and honestly, this is probably the only place that we can have this conversation, because he ain't asking them Potomac girls about no politics. He ain't asking, and you know what? Candace probably would be the only one well versed in all the things. Maybe Candace and Wendy. Who else is on that cast? That's neither here nor there. We over here with the medicine ladies. So yeah, thank you, Andy, for taking a moment to talk about what's important. We appreciate it. We really do. We also talk about the HIV cases, the that are spiking in Atlanta, and not even spiking for the LGBTQ community. It's us, Black women. I really thank God I ain't out there in this dating world. And you know what? And I can't even say that, because it don't matter. It really just doesn't matter. There's a wife somewhere right now, and her husband is doing whatever he's doing, bringing home whatever he's bringing home. So you can't even say, "Oh, well, I'm so glad that I'm not out there." No, you can't even say that, because you got to be worried about that damn man being out there. Now, I'm not worried about my man being out there, but other people got to worry about they man being out there bringing home whatever they bringing home. So yes, PrEP is necessary for and they tried to say that for single women, but no, I think even if you're not married, it doesn't make sense for you to be on PrEP. But if you are married, it doesn't make sense for you to be on PrEP. But if you're not married and you're having sex, whether that's your man, you probably should still be on PrEP, both of you. So that was, a good little public service announcement. The men have their segment. Eugene, so excited to have first chair. He's never had first chair. This is what, that's what he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait. That's what it's all about. We get into the mess from backstage. Eugene starts the conversation with his disagreement with Curtis. And he kind of explains his side, and then Curtis has to chime in like, whoa, that's not, let's not, venture away from the topic, because what we trying to get at is your wife was up there on Watch What Happens Live, making it seem like I just grew up women, and that's not the case. Now, did I pull her into my lap? Yes. He said, no doubt about that. No doubt about it. I don't know what I don't know what Curtis is, I don't know what he was wanting from that conversation, but okay. We talk about the party. Oh, and the massages. Dr. Damon say, I got a massage. He didn't consider the foot rub a massage. When he gets massages, he gets a massage. And he said that was a little yin yang around the house, so he wasn't calling it, he wouldn't consider it a massage. It was just, Okay, Damon. Okay, doc. What Carrie called him? Dr. Daddy. Dr. Damon Daddy. Woo, that was a good one, Carrie. That was a good one. Okay, Dr. Damon Daddy. Because she was like, don't call my husband Daddy. Okay, Dr. Damon Daddy. Anyway, we talk about this Med Gala. Eugene throws a dagger over there. First we talk about the party at the house and how, he and Toya got into it. And he gonna throw a dagger at them, at Steve and Mimi, saying, had this not been an all-cast event, some of them folks wouldn't even been there. And see, that's what they talking about, because that was unnecessary to say. Steve pipes up because he know when somebody trying to ring his bell. He know when somebody call his name, so he starts directly addressing Eugene, and he called him Eugene Bush, and is. Now, if we don't like for Peter to be all in the women's, because when we say you in women's business, we mean We don't need you piping up to defend Toya against the women. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? She is not a damsel in distress. She can handle those girls. She can handle it. And you love to jump in to her defense. And it's just like, why are you talking right now? Who was talking to Eugene? Why is Eugene even involved in this? Contessa made a great point. Eugene, all we needed you to do was show up. The fact that you at the door trying to take tickets, accosting people, running down on people, no. Because this ain't even about you. This is a Married to Medicine cast, meaning the women in the cast, not their husbands. This is about them. This is their event. So you being as hands-on as you was didn't make sense. And Toya is the one that solicited your help because she wouldn't solicit the help of the other ladies. She didn't want their help. She wanted it to be the Eugene and Toya situation. When it comes to this, so now Steve was getting on my nerves. Eventually, after a while, I got tired. After a while, it's just redundant, Steve. Okay, we get it. We get it, Steve. He was on their neck, though. And, hey. Hey. So much so Eugene at one point had to just get up and walk away because it was just too hot in the kitchen. It was just too hot. Curtis got Steve back, too. Curtis, because he feeling a way about Toya, so he gonna tag team. Cecil thinks, everybody needs to just cool it. Okay, let's just be cool. Okay, guys. No, don't say that. Especially when Steve called him Eugene Bush. That was hilarious. And I don't know why Eugene, you know what? Eugene being a very, I wouldn't say soft, but he is. He's kind of like he's it's a soft kind of man. It's not very authoritative or anything like that. He's not intimidating in any way. He's just a nice guy. He's just a nice man. And he means well. It's just, with this situation, you took an L, Eugene, because of your wife. Yet again. Yet again. Dr. Damon, we talk about him and his son and all of that. He shares how things have been going. It's been very hard. It's been stressful. He gives this, and listen, the speech was very dramatic. He was getting a little, you can hear it. You can hear this in the voice. It was doing this in the voice because I think he was about to cry. But he, looked at the camera and everything just to say a little quick message to his son. If you're watching, come home. You can always come on home if you're watching. We love you. And I really hope that their son eventually, opens that line of communication. I hope at least call the people. At least call them to let them know you're okay. Send a picture of something. Message them on Facebook. Do something. Don't just be out here and in the world, no contact, like you don't have parents. I wonder if he talks to his siblings. He probably does. He probably still talking to both siblings. This is about the parentals. But I hope that they can work it out as a family. I really do. Scott said he want Damon to acknowledge that his wife is guilty of stirring the pot, stirring it up. She be bringing up rumors and all that, because now he feel away because of what he and Contessa went through with Heavenly. Dr. Damon apologizes on her behalf. He does, but he's also, he says, but I don't hold y'all to a standard. I don't hold y'all accountable for what y'all wives say. So why do y'all constantly do that to me? And Cecil points out that when the women are going at it, it's really starting to spill over into the men because y'all listening too hard to what the women going at it about. The minute they say your husband, now you think, well, they be bringing y'all in it. The women be bringing the men in it because they start lowballing and Well, mainly Heavenly, because her first go to is, oh, your husband. I'm sorry, your husband's penis is small. I'm sorry you ain't getting it every night. I'm sorry you don't like it at home. That's her first insult because she's so male centered. She just really is, and a lot of them on this cast are, honestly. If the only one that's not male centered is Quad. Mm-hmm. Now we got everybody on stage. All the couples are on stage. And y'all, I was watching this on Peacock, so seeing Cecil and Simone really just be like, fuck you and fuck that, and I don't give a gonna give a fuck about me. They was really cussing each other out. I ain't like that. But I do like watching this on Peacock because we get all the F-bombs. Okay, all the bitches, all the shits, all of it. The ladies, we talk about Dr. J. This little last part was really nothing. Simone says that Cecil works 2 jobs. They ain't her for money. It's not that. They're in a better space. We didn't get into, her throwing out divorce so frequently this go round. I guess since they worked it out, wasn't no need to talk about it. I don't know. Curtis is asked about his comments towards King and Quad. He apologizes again. We get into the Met Gala again. Steve felt targeted. He and Mimi felt like this was a targeted situation. Y'all were being petty just to them. They of course are going to argue that it wasn't like that. Simone chimes in their defense. No, they ran down on everybody. No, they didn't. We didn't see it. So don't tell me about what happened and they ain't show me that. They showed me Eugene running down on Mimi and Steve. We ain't seen her say nothing to you. So don't even bring that up, Simone. Like I said, Contessa chimes in with the common sense, and that this was really y'all trying to make it y'all show. You don't say nobody wanted to help you. We all tried to help you. Toya feels like, well, the first the first Met Gala, Dr. Jackie just asked them for their money. She didn't really get their input. Second go round, she says the same thing. So she says that's all she just did. She just did the same thing Dr. Jackie did. Dr. Jackie over there nodding. No, actually, there were plenty of conversations that you were privy to. You just didn't involve yourself. They tried to involve you. Plenty of time on both occasions. On both Met Galas, Dr. Jackie was not on some, hey, this is my thing. The first time, I think it might have been Dr. Jackie and Simone working closely. Second time, with Phaedra in there, it was Phaedra, Dr. Jackie, Quad. There was a whole scene about it. Toya, I think they called Toya on the phone. Toya, girl, missed me with that. Missed me with that. You just didn't want to include them people. You just wanted to do it all yourself so you could prove yourself. And girl, you really didn't prove nothing, because do we even know how much they made in general? Like, how much was donated? What was the bottom line? What was the bottom line? What was the total? We don't know. She ain't told us. We don't know. What did money go to, Toya? And then it's honestly a slap in the face that all these doctors only came up with $10,000 for them folk. Them people need more than $5,000 a piece for medical school. I know it's going to be a nice little help. It might be a couple of books. It ain't tuition at all. It ain't room and board or nothing like that. It's definitely covering books. And maybe just a few books. Because them books was high. Especially when you got to biology. The biology books are so expensive. They just are. I really wanted to keep mine, but I had to sell her back. We had to sell that biology book back. And the chemistry one. We had to sell all of them back. I was not keeping that when I know I could give me a nice little piece of coin. That's neither here nor there, but I just feel like they could have gave them girls a little bit more. We could have donated a little bit more. But again, we don't know what the final number was. They ain't told us. We just know that $10,000 went towards the scholarship. We talk about the 501c3 because, you know, we're going to go back and forth with Steve and Mimi and Toya. Toya always getting loud and raising her voice. And it's like, girl, see, that's what the problem. You can yell at your husband. Don't be yelling at people's husbands. Lower your tone when you're talking to my man. Thank you very much. Because I'm about to get up and slap you. I'm about to get up and it's going to be a problem, Toya. Pipe down. She be too loud for me. Just yelling at somebody and they supposed to just sit back and it's a new day. Mimi better than me because I Dr. Heavenly be quick to, hey, lower your tone when you're talking to my man. And I'm with that because don't be yelling at him. I know you yell at your man. I know Eugene doesn't mind your raised tone. But when you're talking to my husband, keep that voice real low. Keep that tone real respectful. Thank you very much. Because it can get real disrespectful. And we seen Toya can't fight. We seen Toya getting drugged from to and fro. We seen Toya getting in a fight. So Toya, be quiet. You might want to lower your tone. But you know, she does that who she can do that with. I don't think she'll yell at Dr. Damon. She might have raised her voice, but I feel like I don't think she'll give him that. I don't think she would direct anything like that at Cecil. But that's because we like Cecil. We like Cecil. Who gonna yell at Cecil? Why you gotta yell at Cecil? Cecil ain't did nothing. Anyway, can we, I think this is over. Is this over? I think this is over. Yeah, this is over. We got the final moments. You know, the men go back in the backstage. Steve's still talking. It's like, Steve, okay. Okay, Steve. Like I said, he really was trying. He was starting to get on my nerves. He was starting to get on under my skin. Okay, you dragging it now. All right, that's it. That's it. I'm still debating on this Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm only debating because, like, is it worth my time? It probably won't be. I'm definitely going to give it one watch. We're going to watch the first episode and I'll review it. And if it doesn't really hold me, then I ain't coming back for the reviews. I'm not coming back for the reviews because why? Because why? Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.